Welcome back, everybody. We're going to do now our usual daily recap of gold, Bitcoin, and euro dollar for the day 31st of August. We start on gold. As you can see, we start very quickly from our daily analysis. Very messy, I know, but what we were expecting here was at 6 7 a.m. either a rejection at these previous highs, which is 1817, but I was expecting more of a pullback and then a continuation up. It actually happened because we had a pullback, a hourly candle that retested 1817 and then closed sorry, from here, so not actually a pullback. Closed very bearish, and we started a bearish trend since then, almost revisiting 1801 price sensitivity area from the previous weeks. The main bias was bullish, but as you can see, that's why we were going to see that the main play out of this bullish trend happened here at 1803. Let's jump on the 1 minute. As usual, we are starting to see from the early morning, it was an open, price breaking above, retesting, and making like 20 pips above our designated price sensitivity area, but then creating a double top and then very strong rejection. We started since then during London session to range below 1817, but not even retesting 1812.5. As you can see, very small price action, not a clear trend, not a clear direction. Very small. Yes, closing below, but failing to make new lows, and then a bounce up and a retest 1, 2, 3 times of this PSA failure to break 1817 rejection. Okay, and then we saw a very aggressive bearish move, almost breaking below 1812.5, then going back above, but with not strong closures, especially above these previous lows on the left hand side. As you can see, continuation bearish, bouncing off the key level a couple times, but never making new highs, and actually giving you bearish trend, a bearish trend line if you want to chart it here. Okay, and then exactly what we analyzed in the anatomy of the scalp. We had very strong closure, retest exactly on the dot with multiple high risk high reward entries and safer entries. So high risk high reward entry, safer entry. This was the highest risk entry at rejection, very high risk. This was in this intraday structure, this was medium risk, and we're going to chart it as medium risk. But of course, as you saw in the anatomy of the scalp, this was as well high risk high reward. From there, what we wanted to see was a bounce, not expecting to go below 1803, but a bounce in continuation of the bullish trend, indeed. So actually, when we saw below 1803 and above, of course it was called in the live session by Sakim, we got very good opportunity for high risk, high reward buys with many pullbacks. Here, safer entry. In continuation up. So very, very strong. High risk, high reward entry at double bottom at key level. Very, very clean. This was cleanest as you can get. Medium risk entry and only safer entry here. And as I explained in Anatomy of the Scalp, it's safer entry only because it's above the key level, not because you're expecting price to just go up again after more than 100 pips of move. Then we have some rejection, we have some news, again dipping below, failing to break, as you can see here. Yes, we had a little overshoot, but then when you have this last retest, is exactly like this. Let me point that out to you. You always see in gold overshoot. If you want the rejection of this key level, you have an overshoot, and then you have a break and a retest. Look at here, look here, overshoot, break, overshoot with break, retest, continuation down, overshoot, break, retest, continuation down, overshoot, and then the retest, continuation down. Here is more in continuation, but as you can see here, it's in reversal. These are reversals. It's very reversal pattern, overshoot plus retest. Plus break and retest. This is also a double bottom, of course, but is nonetheless overshoot, break and retest, overshoot, break and retest. Exactly the same. And then we got very, very aggressive bearish retest again. This is in continuation. Make new low, failing to make new lows below 1803 key level, bouncing again on the below the price sensitivity area. You can have rejection and a continuation down again, but you have a clean break, retest, and then a bullish trend resuming here. And since then, just ranging. This was break and retest entry, safer and okay. So this is it for gold. Let's move on to EuroDollar. Okay, let's move on with EuroDollar. If I'm not mistaken, follow more or less the same path of gold. As you can see here, we're expecting a pullback and then continuation up, but we never got this pullback. But of course, we got the break and retest above 18.1 18.2 essentially 18.1.9 1.89. Okay, the break and retest, which went for a good 20 pips. Yes, 26 pips. And then we got the rejection at this Aleki level, exactly on the dot. Let's go on the 1 minute really quickly. Okay, so we see pre-Eurozone opening, price is climbing its way up, reacts at this level, we have a deeper pullback, not breaking below the price sensitivity area, another bullish leg, failing to make new highs, here, pullback, creating another block here, again, little dip below, but still failing to break the price sensitivity area and still failing to break above this order block. And then we're coming towards pre-New York. Yeah, we start to see a clear uptrend, but we might get a rejection again at this previous PSA or intraday highs or whatever you want to call them. Here, getting sub whipsaws pre-London with safer entries only above these previous highs. Tack, 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 tack. Of course, we can say that all these was a really messy, but indeed a double bottom and the rejection at the PSA, which was the pre-analysis, giving you I say what entry, safer entry above the order block highs. This was as per analysis. We see ranging, we see reacting at these previous lows, ranging above the key level. Then you see again, as I explained for gold, overshoot and then break and retest on the dot of the key level, sensitivity area, and it's a nice pattern for reversal, not as clean as it can be, but very never broke above the key level, and then gave very nice bearish impulsive move. Then we had break, as you can see here again. It happened here and is happening here. Overshoot, break, and a retest. It's not just like jumping. Break, retest, and then a continuation up. Reacting where? Exactly at these previous highs. Same PSA. Exactly the same. There you go. Not on the dot, but I'm gonna say pretty accurately. Reacting again and jumping from the price sensitivity area. We try to make a new high, we fail, make a very short high, and then we see you don't have to enter high risk reward here because it's in the middle of the range, but you see a break, a retest, failing to break above, and then continuation continuation in the trend, giving you safer entries also to revisit those lows. Okay, giving you medium risk entry, high risk, high reward entry, intraday, of course, safer entry. And since then, we've just been ranging, break, retest, in a very short range of like 9 pips, 9, 10 pips, key level to key level, price sensitivity area to price sensitivity area. Yeah, more like 8 pips. Okay, so this was euro dollar today. Today we had around 11 here. We had some whipsaws due to the the CPI higher than expected, higher than previous, and some unemployment change data for the Eurozone. Just to be completely complete. Just give me a second, I will be back with Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin, there it is. Starting of the day around here, we were reacting at this PPL 37 flat, and we were expecting price to dip above to create a new lower high, which actually has been created, as you can see. Very, very clear. We are now probably overnight, we are going to create a new lower low. We can either range here and shift, but it's more likely that yes, we get our pullback and then we create a new lower high. As you can see here, it was very, very picture perfect. Bearish trend. And it was expected exactly on the dot. I was expecting at this PSA 48,200, 48-ish, to then continue down. Let's go on the 1 minute. As you can see, nice and clean. Starting from the morning, up, then reacting at the PPL. But as you can see, yes, it's a reaction. Yes, it's a double bottom, but look how short it is, how buyers are not jumping in, but we are creating a sort of wedge and shrinking it in a smaller and smaller area. The buyers are not able to push high, always pushing less and smaller candle. Break, retest below the PPL, giving you like 10, 20 pips of range with a strong rejection immediately, with no mercy rejection of that price sensitivity area, giving you a risk reward entry. But as you can already see, we have a break and retest of this previous high. Always, it happens always. Medium risk entry. And I can assume that here there was something on the left. Let's go, if I can see. If it wants to load. Yeah, we had some reaction. We're here on the 1 minute. 57,300. 57,300. As you can see, we were here. Yeah, we can say also this one. Over here. Very good. Okay. We give you medium risk entry with sort of rejection of PPL, short pullback reacting at this price sensitivity area on the left that I showed you. Break and retest of the PPL, giving you safer entry. There you go. And then we create a new high exactly at the PPL. But at the PPL, exactly at the PPL, we get this strong rejection. Here we fail to break and we react to these previous lows, but then we fail to make new highs. We have another, actually, if you see here, very good. If you see here, a retest of these highs perfectly on the dot, a bounce up, failing to make new highs, giving you high risk high reward entries here with safer entry, medium risk entry below these previous lows. Bouncing from the PPL, break and retest, kind of messy, not very good price action, but we have a final break and retest for the PPL for the safest entry to make new lows. Yeah. So this was entry at FTB. New risk entry. Safer entry. Okay. Then we see a reaction. We break above these previous lows, highs, sorry. We retest. We dip a little bit below, creating a new higher low, and then impulsive move up. Sort of unpredictable, because coming from the middle of the range, sort of reacting. Then you see the candle closures here. Closed above, yeah, slightly above. Okay, so I confirm it was kind of unpredictable. That's why you see an immediate correction, immediate correction on the downside. Look at where is reacting in this previous positivity area. Then you get a break. Look at the bearish retest. and then continuation up. So you get break, retest, and then continuation up. Looks nice to point that out, and then make new highs. If you see here, you have a retest of these previous highs. So it can give you a risk reward entry, no risk entry. And yes, we create a new high. We fail to break 48,200 price sensitivity area. We fail to make new lows. We retest, but fail to break even the 48 flat. As you can see, PPL making new lows. So this is a sort of range because it has no clean direction. Very, very coming out of nowhere bullish momentum here. Yes, it breaks above, but it's not strong. It's actually the new hourly open, the 4 p.m. new hourly open that makes a top week and then continues down very, very aggressively, reacting on the dot and the PPL, trying to break below with a rejection, and then continuation down. There you go. From here, we have some ranging below, some above the PPL, again back below, retest, and then another bearish continuation to revisit exactly PPL 47 flat, which gives you an awesome reaction twice, creates a double bottom for buys and continuation up. And since then we're ranging. Now we are around this area. Double bottom at PPL. Rejection. No, this was new hourly candle top week reacting at bearish trend line and PSA. Okay. Break PPL. Failure to break PPL. And that's it for Bitcoin. Okay. And that's it for Bitcoin. See you guys tomorrow.